Patty Palka here, coming to you today to talk about detoxification. Releasing is the first step. Ensuring that drainage pathways are open is critical. Doing the things that I'm going to talk about daily will get your body unstuck before you can move into the removal phase. So, some of my detox hacks for you are on this slide. We want to stimulate your lymphatic system and get it moving. Dry brushing, you can order a dry brush from Amazon, is a great way to do that. Or you can get a rebounder or a power plate, something like that. Trying to exercise every day where you get a chance to sweat or perspire. If you can't do that, maybe think about a sauna or a very hot bath. These things help increase the body's indirect antioxidant production that make something, one of those would be something called glutathione. And glutathione, if I haven't already, is probably the most important antioxidant that your body makes. And I will be talking to you about Protandim NRF2, which helps greatly with glutathione production, as it's been clinically proven to increase it by 300%. More about that later. It helps with melatonin production, which is your sleep hormone. Getting into bed by 10 p.m. is going to be really crucial for this phase because that's when we want to maximize the melatonin production in our body because that helps us reset the gut metabolism, hormones, as well as our immunity. So we really, really want to help the body out by getting it into a healing state, and getting into bed at a good time is important for that. Also, you want to get daily unfiltered sun. So that is sun without sunscreen. Make sure that you're getting the right balance of minerals and nutrients. Magnesium is going to be vital for that. It helps with relaxing the body. It helps with stress. It also helps with bowel movements. So if you're not going to the bathroom regularly, releasing is going to be a huge part of this process. This is going to help you do that. Increasing magnesium to bowel tolerance is very important. Then we have vitamin C with RLA. I like a liposomal vitamin C, and that's what I like to recommend everyone use as well. It's hard to take that to bowel tolerance when it's liposomal, but you can also use a powder version, and that will help you start opening up and going to the bathroom and eliminating more regularly. I cannot stress how important it is for you to have regular bowel movements. And then the last thing we're going to talk about are binders, activated charcoal or zeolite clay. These are really useful for helping mop up toxins. And then, of course, there's animal protein and hydrating lots. Ensuring that these things are part of your arsenal of detox is going to help you prepare and be ready for when it's time to remove pathogens later down the line. The reason I mentioned getting into bed by 10 p.m. is because if we look at this organ clock, this is something that traditional Chinese medicine practitioners tend to use, and it's something that we also refer to in functional medicine because we like to work with the body's natural circadian rhythms. It helps us determine organs that are responsible for certain illnesses. So you might find yourself waking up between the hours of 3 to 5 every day, and that could be because there's something going on with regard to grief or sadness, something that might be unresolved with your lungs. Having this chart can help us pinpoint or help you become more aware of what's going on with your body. And when you get to bed by 10 p.m., this is important because the detox chain and the body's lymphatic system start working around that time. So, in addition to melatonin production, that major oxidant rises at this time. Then we've also got the gallbladder, the liver doing a lot of their work from 11 p.m. onwards. So it's really beneficial to be asleep by the time all of that stuff starts kicking in order to maximize the work that it's going to clean up debris and help the body's detox processes all along. So I already mentioned zeolite clay and activated charcoal, but there are actually quite a few more, and I didn't actually put all of them on this page, but these are some of the popular ones. So, what are binders? Binders are substances that bind toxins to help move them out of the body. Some work by trapping the toxins, other also attract the toxin through a negative charge. And toxin binders are a great choice for when you're looking for some detox support. Activated charcoal and bentonite clay are great for removing certain mold toxins. They're phenomenal for that kind of thing. Bentonite clay is also great for certain heavy metals. NaC, which is not listed here, is also a great binder, and it's a precursor to glutathione, and so also something really useful to take if you're trying to optimize your detoxification. And just remember that toxins can come from the external environment, but they are also the byproducts of things that are going on internally. So, believe it or not, parasites, certain pathogens, yeast, and fungus, they all release gases. And if you do have a leaky gut, what can happen is that these byproducts, also called lipopolysaccharides, are released into the bloodstream, and they can create quite a lot of unpleasant symptoms, including brain fog, joint pain, fatigue, even food sensitivities, and headaches. So, we use these binders to mitigate what's called a Herxheimer reaction. Herxheimer reactions are the side effect of using some sort of antimicrobial or detoxification agent. The most important use of binders is to allay the symptoms of possible Herxheimer reactions and to prevent toxins from landing somewhere else in the body. So, we want to bind up toxins, but we also want to reduce our exposure to them. And unfortunately, in our modern world, there is no shortage of exposure to toxins. In reducing your exposure to toxins, one of the first things that you can do is look at the types of oils that you're using, even some of the foods that you're consuming. Oats, soy, grapes, corn, these are all foods that are heavily sprayed with glyphosate. Removing toxic seed oils such as sunflower seed oil, canola oil can be very helpful in keeping your body toxin free and reducing your toxic burden. I recommend that you really read the labels, because even if you have something that says that it is like an olive oil, you might find that it's a blend and that it's not really all olive oil. And that's kind of tricky. So you want to make sure to read labels. Then I want to take a look at your household cleaners and swap them out with healthier, cleaner options. I've listed a few here on this side. Look at essential oils, vinegar, basics, and even Norwex cleaning products are some of the choices that you can make. There are third-party apps out there that you can download. Think Dirty is one of them. I've used this one. It's available on both Apple and Android devices, and it allows you to see the toxicity levels of cleaning products and even personal care products. You can scan the QR code, and if the product you aren't looking for isn't available, you can even make suggestions. But this is going to rate the product, and it's going to let you know how toxic it is to you personally as well as to the environment. Kitchen swaps. Look around your kitchen and reduce the use of plastic containers and swap them out for glass. Reduce the use of non-stick Teflon, swap them out for cast iron or ceramic. Then, instead of using plastic utensils, the reason for this is because when you heat plastic, it releases a lot of toxic gases. So use stainless steel or wooden spoons instead. And then there's the microwave. If you can throw it out and no one will fight you in your house, then I would recommend that. It's the best thing to do is just to get rid of it and swap it out for an air fryer or something that doesn't release any harmful EMFs. Now, while detoxification is beneficial to the body, remember it can be very hard on it also, and the body requires minerals to properly support all phases of detoxification. Potassium found in green juices is crucial. we require about 47 milligrams of potassium per day. Potassium is an electrolyte that helps regulate fluid and blood levels in the body. It can also be found in foods like celery, avocado, bananas, leafy greens, and winter squash. Trace minerals are just as important and responsible for regulating metabolism, providing energy, and transportation of oxygen to your cells, assisting with liver detox, supporting reproduction, thyroid hormone metabolism, and so much more. Organ meats are actually a phenomenal source of enzymes as well as trace minerals and nutrients like vitamin A. If you don't like organ meats, there's also supplements that contain the good stuff from the organ meats. Then we're going to restore your energy. Ensuring that we're not depleted is important because we need energy to remove pathogens. It takes work. The body's working to do that. Certain nutrients support the creation of energy, like B vitamins found in dark leafy greens like arugula. Sunlight is a fabulous source of vitamin D, and if you aren't able to get outside daily for about 30 minutes to an hour, then consider supplementing with vitamin D3 with K2, and finally, choline is the CH and ACH of acetylcholine. It's essential for energy production. One of the least expensive and easiest forms of choline is cage-free, pasture-raised eggs. We'll get deeper into nutrition in the diet module. The most important thing for you to understand is that this initial phase of prepping the body for removal by releasing and restoring energy is critical for success. And wrapping things up a little bit, I want you to remember your 3 Ps: peeing, pooping, and perspiring. If pooping twice a day or sweating every day is difficult for you, we will need to work on that before you get to the removal phase. You can start by getting your lymph moving. Consider some of the ways that I mentioned at the start of this module, and be mindful that lymph moves much easier when you are in the parasympathetic or the relaxed state, not fight or flight. So the more relaxed you are, the more you breathe and practice daily inner power meditation, the easier it will be. We'll dive deeper into this in the rest module, so stay tuned.